The apartment we were staying at was great. It's Singapore. Apartments are really expensive, so they're usually not very big. But hell, I even had my own room. Well, I just pulled out the sofa bed, and then I had my own bed, my own room. Great. We don't mind sharing a bed. It's totally fine. I much more prefer having my own bed, my own room, and I much rather share a bed with the cat Vasily, for example, than like with a human being. Here is the first part about Trusted House Sitters in Singapore, where I talk more about the animals, Vasily the cat and Lucky the dog. Oh, and Paul and I, we constantly argue about the AC. Unless I have a hot flash, I don't like it as cool as Paul likes it. So I usually want it much hotter, or I even prefer sometimes to have the AC completely off. So having my own room makes that also so much easier. I also had my own bathroom. Well, I shared it with Vasily the cat, and because Vasily's litter box was in the shower stall, I went over to Paul's bathroom to take a shower there. So this is a dehumidifier, and it's running like all day. We turn it off during the night. In Singapore, it's super humid.
Probably totally full. Yeah, no, it's totally full.
Oh, it's totally full. So Paul dumps out that water like, what is it, 3 times a day?
Yeah, sometimes 4 times a day.
Yeah, it gets full so fast. It's really so humid here in Singapore. Also, in like almost all the cupboards, we find these. And these are also to catch the water because it's so humid. Here are even 2 more. See, there's so much. Ooh, that one is almost full. Paul told me you throw them away. You don't dump those out. I don't know. The hosts didn't say anything about those. But yeah, first you were like, what are these? They are everywhere in the cupboards. Okay. So apparently here in Singapore, it's like in the UK. So here, when I want to use the hood or the hob, the stove here, the oven, hot water, the water heater, and the fridge. Well, the fridge is always on. But here, now I have it on because I want to do dishes. So I have this on to get hot water. I'm gonna wait like 5-10 minutes and have really hot water. And I am making shrimp broth right now. So this is on. This you can see when I turn off the hob here. See, light goes off. So apparently that's like in the UK. You have to turn these on and off separately. The same with the washing machine. I realized that everywhere in Singapore, the light switches are upside down. Let me explain. So I grew up and lived in Switzerland for 26 years, and I lived in the US for 13 years, about 13 years. So for me, it's very logical when you have a light switch, when you push it down, or it goes down, the light is off. And you push it up, the light is on. That's just what is logical to me because that's how I grew up. And yes, I know a lot of electricians, they just don't fucking care, so they put light switches in wrong. Or like then you have some, they go this way, some they go the other way. I fucking hate that. I so fucking hate it. Or like in Reno, where we used to live, Paul was only allowed to use certain light switches because we had light switches that were for the same light, you know, but then if you use, so you have like light switches over here and light switches over here for the same light. Then you use those, or then you use these, so they always like somehow messed up. So I trained him, no really, I made him to use only one set of light switches, so they're always down when it's off and up when it's on. Yes, I know I have problems with light switches, or much more actually with consistency. So as mentioned, I realized in Singapore the light switches were the opposite. So when the light switch was down, the light was on, and when the light switch was up, the light was off. So that was really confusing to me, and yes, because my brain is trained the other way around. I'm not saying which one is correct. I think it depends how you grew up and how your brain got trained, but oh yeah, for me, the light switch down and the light is on is wrong. but it's not wrong. It's just wrong for me because my brain is trained differently. So it was a bit annoying, but at least all the switches were the same. So that I can live with. So it's just, yeah, everything up is off, everything down is on. So yes, I can get used to that. I can live with that. I fucking go crazy when it's mixed. So yeah, enough about light switches, but I just thought that was something interesting, and I never thought about it that yeah, there is no wrong and right way, but for me there is, because of how I grew up, of how my brain got trained. So it really depends how you grow up, what is normal for you, what is right or what is wrong for you. So once a week, Girly, the cleaning lady, came over and she stayed for about 3 hours. We always made sure we left the apartment before she came over because it wasn't like a huge apartment. It would be too tight for all of us in there. Except for 1 week, we had to tell her not to come because I was way too weak and I couldn't go out. So we just skipped that week. And she gets paid 100 Singaporean dollars every time she comes over. The host gave us money for that, so we didn't pay her. So we just paid from the money we got from the host. But I think it's really expensive. Well, it's Singapore. So even though we had all the cleaning ladies come over during our nomad life while we were house and pet sitting and they came over to clean, I don't know how much they got paid in the other countries. So we had one in the Philippines and in Mae Rim, Thailand. So me saying the 100 Singaporean dollars is a lot, I actually can't compare it to anything. But I just feel like it's a lot. So all of the cleaning ladies we had so far, they were all so super nice and friendly. I really liked them, but none of them really cleaned that well. Actually, Girly in Singapore, I think was the best. Even though Julie, our host, beforehand, she warned us like, oh yeah, Girly, she doesn't get into all the corners and stuff, but I really like her, so I keep her on. So I think from all the cleaning ladies we had so far, she's actually the best. So now, please, don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining about the cleaning ladies. No, not at all. Again, they're super friendly. They're so nice. I really, really liked all of them. But if I would pay a cleaning lady, I think I would want it super, super clean. Otherwise, it's like I can do it myself. But I don't know. I mean, I was also thinking, I really don't know here. It's just like a thought. Maybe in Asian countries, just in general, they don't clean as properly, like for example in Switzerland. I remember when I was a kid, no, I didn't grow up rich, but I would say like maybe upper middle class, and we had a cleaning man one time, and yeah, I think that's it. But kind of what I know from Switzerland or from other people having cleaning ladies and stuff, it's like super clean, super fucking clean. But hell, yeah, it's Switzerland, and I'm sure it's a lot more expensive there, even more than in Singapore probably, I don't know. And in the US, I never had a cleaning lady. I don't know how it is there. It probably also depends, yeah, on your budget. I'm sure there are services, they are really expensive for like rich people, but they clean like perfectly. But yeah, so I don't know. I really don't want to say anything here because I don't know, but well, I say a lot, I know. But I was really wondering because so far in Asia, like what I've seen, they don't really clean as spotless as I would like it, or how I grew up, or as I know. Like, do you know what I mean? Well, it's a completely different part of the world, so I don't know. And I have to admit here, I actually prefer it much more when we don't have a cleaning lady, because it's like an interference. It's like, yeah, then we have to leave at a specific time, or they come too late or too early, even worse, and I'm not ready yet, or they're there for the entire day and I have to go into the kitchen and cook while the cleaning lady is there. I just don't like it. It's much easier without a cleaning lady. And of course, I absolutely hate it when I have health problems, when a cleaning lady is around. Of course, I hate it when I have health problems anyways, but it's even worse when a cleaning lady is around, and that happened multiple times in Mae Rim, Thailand. But it was actually good there. We had a big house, and sometimes I really just stayed in my room, kept the door closed because I couldn't even get out of bed, so my room and my bathroom just didn't get cleaned. Here is a video about my health problems in Mae Rim, Thailand. But yeah, so honestly, nothing against cleaning ladies, really not, but it's just more like I don't like that interference. I don't like, yeah, so I just feel much more comfortable without one. So the community in Singapore we stayed in was almost like a resort kind of. There was so much stuff to do for the people living there. So there was a tennis court, multiple swimming pools, one of them a 50-meter long, 120 meters deep pool. So a 50-meter long swimming pool, super cool. The other pools were like shallow, probably more for kids or something, but still cool. And there were even jacuzzis.
You want to lay down? It's a massage table. Separate tub. Power switch is right there. It
Where?
runs for a certain amount of time.
Ah, down there.
Middle. Cool. This isn't hot. It's just bubbles and, cool water.
But so does it help for recovery?
Yeah, it's kind of like a whirlpool, so it'll aid a little bit with swimming, but not much.
But you told me the heat is what is more important than the bubbles.
For the long run, yeah.
Okay.
But for instance, I'm doing a squat right now, so I'm stretching.
Okay. And there was a mini gym. It can get really crowded there between like 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. because it was really little. But still, we got really good workouts in that little gym. Of course, like always, shit ton of cardio stuff that we never use. That one is usable. And this is a bit of a joke. The heaviest, 10 kilo, 22 pounds. Oh my gosh. I think this is for old or injured people. I want to try those out one time. Okay, next one. Oh, I'm splashing my glasses. It's not much resistance, but it's good when you're injured or really old. The smells. It's not working. For exercises like stiff leg deadlift, I just took 2 sets of dumbbells to have enough weight. Yeah, even a barbecue. Let's go check it out. But where the fuck is the barbecue? Paul told me it's a barbecue area. You have to bring your own barbecue. But that's fucking bullshit. I mean, then please write down barbecue area and not barbecue. Okay, so here, barbecue. Apparently it's just a barbecue area. I can't find any barbecue. So yeah, it sucks. I thought there would be a barbecue because it says barbecue. It doesn't say barbecue area. 4 days before our departure, when I was walking Lucky the dog in the community, he took me to a part of the community I've never been before. And holy shit, there was another barbecue area and a real barbecue area. There were multiple barbecues there, like super cool, multiple grills. And I lifted up one of those lids that weren't underneath a faucet because they put the lids on the sinks, but they were also lids and there was no faucet. So I was like, oh, what's underneath that? So I lift up one of those lids and underneath was a flat griddle or however you call those. So super cool. So that's a real barbecue area. Yeah, but we never used it. So I found it 4 days before we left. What was interesting, so by this barbecue area that I just talked about with all the grills and you can actually really do barbecue, of course there are trash cans, and all those trash cans had a sticker on them not to put any dog poop in there. But the barbecue area that was close to the big swimming pool, close to where we were living, where we passed by every day with Lucky, there were also trash cans, but none of the stickers. So we put the dog poop bags always in those trash bags. I think maybe because the barbecue area with the actual grills, then it smells, and maybe you put hot stuff in the trash can. No, I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. Every Friday morning, we had to close the kitchen window. Well, all the windows and doors and everything, but the kitchen window was the one that was constantly open otherwise. But then we had to close it because they were spraying outside pesticides once a week. Let's see. Oh my gosh, look at this, Paul.
Yes.
It's so bad.
Remember, they have dengue fever here, so they need to do this.
You told me it's not good.
No, it's not good, but you know.
Apparently they do that all over Singapore, and of course I don't think that's very good and healthy, but in Singapore they have the dengue virus or something like that. I think there are even multiple ones. It's a mosquito-borne virus, and that's the only way how to control it, so it's probably kind of a must. If you are interested in signing up with Trusted House Sitters, use our QR code and you get 25% off of your first year. The link is also in the description. For the first time since we started our Nomad Life, that we started on March 30th, 2024, so for the first time in Singapore, we ordered from Amazon and it got delivered to Julie and Alex's apartment and it worked greatly. We ordered supplements in stores. Subs are very expensive in Singapore and a lot. Like for example, liposomal vitamin C, they don't have in stores in Singapore. So we ordered a lot of supplements online from Amazon. We got a new kitchen scale for me. Mine was acting up. Actually, then later on it worked greatly again. So I'm still using my old one, but now I have a backup one. And we also got compression socks for me from Amazon. Ooh, I found the pairs I like. Otter and sloth, dogs and foxes, flamingos and otters, cats and flamingos, fox and cats, sloth and dogs. Yep, those are the pairs. I'm struggling a lot with being dizzy, weak and lethargic, and we've always blamed the CFS, the chronic fatigue syndrome, for that, but Paul now thinks it's actually like low blood pressure. So we are trying with compression socks that hopefully helps and makes it better. Since I can remember, every time when I get up, I'm like, it's like black in front of my eyes, or like I'm super dizzy. So that's happening my entire life since I can remember. So that's normal for me. But now for a while, actually for years now, it's been much more severe. So much more dizziness, weakness, so much more severe. I also have excessive yawning a lot in the morning or at night in bed or in a vehicle, like in a bus or in a car, and really like excessive yawning. We also think that's also a form of anxiety. For me, it's also torture not being able to sit when we have to wait in line or wait for something somewhere, like at the bus station for the bus. It's really like, hey, hello, I'm how old am I now? Like 41 years old. It's not like I'm 80, 90 years old, but it's really torture to stand and wait. I have to sit down. It's not just, oh, I'm too lazy to stand. Or also in the bus, then I know you should give the seats to pregnant women, to older people, to injured people, and you can't see it on me, but I'm struggling with my health, so I also need to sit down most of the times. It's just really hard for me to stand and wait. Anyways, Paul found out something interesting, that it could be like chronic low blood pressure and that it could be from the diabetes insipidus that I have. Well, I decided in the future I want to make a video about diabetes insipidus, so more about that sometime in the future. The compression socks do help a little, but not enough. Yeah, unfortunately, my health, or more like my sickness, is an ongoing problem. Oh yeah, I have prescription drugs that I'm dependent on, and for some fucked up reason, no other country but the US has my T3, 5 microgram meds and liquid desmopressin. No, actually Thailand also has liquid desmopressin, but at the time when we were still in Singapore, we still thought we got ripped off with the desmopressin that we got from Thailand, so we thought I'm gonna run out soon and we need more very soon. Here is the video back at the hospital where it's all about explained about the desmopressin, and we thought we got ripped off. We didn't. Anyways, Paul got this great idea. So while we were pet house sitting, apartment sitting in Singapore, our hosts were actually in the US. So Paul asked them if it would be okay if he would send my prescription drugs to his brother, Paul's brother, in the US, and then his brother would send those drugs to their place in the US, and then they could bring it back to me in Singapore. They agreed to do that. Yeah, so cool, such a great idea. So Paul changed the pickup location from Reno, Nevada to Costa Mesa, California, where his brother Mark lives. and then he gave his brother enough money, a bit extra money, so he for also gas, and he can get some tacos, and of course all the money for the drugs. And so Mark agreed to pick up my drugs, package them up, and send them to New York to Julie and Alex, our hosts. Of course, it didn't go that smoothly. We were running out of time, like we did in the Philippines when we got meds shipped to the Philippines. Here is that video about that. Okay, so first, that desmopressin got shipped to the old location in Reno, Nevada, instead of Costa Mesa, California. Luckily, New York is 12 hours behind Singapore. So Julie and Alex were leaving for the airport at 6 p.m. on July 31st, New York time. So because we were running out of time, Mark already sent the T3, what I desperately needed, and the DHEA to New York. He sent it on the 28th in the morning, and it should have arrived on the 30th. They were leaving on the 31st. The desmopressin was at the right pickup location on the same day, on Monday in the afternoon. So Mark picked it up right away as well and sent it right away to New York. So that one should arrive on the 31st, but no later than 6 p.m. New York time. So even that one should arrive in time. The desmopressin, the package that Mark sent later, got to New York super fast. A day too early, actually. So on the 30th, around 4:30 p.m. New York time, they got it. Perfect. But the first package he sent was lost in transit. That one contained the T3, the one I really desperately needed pretty soon. I probably had T3 left for about another month. But we don't think we could have shipped it to Indonesia, Malaysia, or Thailand, where we were staying after Singapore. And it looked like that package got lost. Fuck. Yeah, so $250 lost. Fuck. When we got that message from Paul's brother Mark that, the package was lost, we were thinking, okay, in Batam, Indonesia, our next stop, I will have to go to a doctor and get more T3. It says online that they have T3, but the lowest dose that they have is 25 micrograms. Like always, everywhere, except for the US, and I take 5, not 25. And those pills are so tiny. I can't cut them with my pill cutter in 5 parts. It's impossible. But then we were thinking, okay, let's just pulverize them, and we have a little scale, so I can measure it out, and that's what we were thinking. Suddenly, Mark said he didn't say it correctly. So the package wasn't lost, it was just lost in transit for a day. It's just delayed for a day, so it should still arrive. And yes, at 2:31 p.m. US New York time, Julie sent me a picture of the box. It arrived. It arrived 3.5 hours before they were leaving for the airport. That was even tighter than the time when we got it in the Philippines. Yeah, I know it's really hard living a nomad life when you're dependent on drugs that you can barely get anywhere. Still, I love and enjoy my life so much. I'm so blessed. I wouldn't want to have it any other way. I wouldn't want to have another life. Everything happens for a good reason. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay grateful.